Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Kitsu and we are trying to increase our art skills so that when we finally shift to India in 2 years, we can start a small business. So I realized that it is quite boring just to look at the polymer clay become earrings, for which there are thousands of amazing tutorials anyway. And my aim with the channel is not to provide tutorials to begin with. I'm here to document my journey of starting a business in a couple of months and hopefully inspire my audience in the process to start something of their own. Yes, I'm an immigrant and I cannot start a business like this on my visa status, but I can certainly prep for it and upskill myself. And another part of it is to take care of myself. So in today's video, I will insert little nuggets of my life in addition to what I made this week. If you just want to see earrings and the gradients, please skip to this timestamp. I was supposed to release this vlog style video last weekend, but I could not find time to record audio at all. I hope you enjoy this video. Since getting married last year in November, I found myself with no time for me. There were trips with in-laws, projects out of station, moving halfway across the country, and then moving houses. So many things changed and I did not even have time to breathe, reflect on my life and what I wanted. Living with another person after living alone for 3 years was another big change for me. And I'm a person who needs her me time. If I don't get it, I get frustrated. So I decided to take a break this Thanksgiving for myself. The break started with a trip to Arizona for my husband's and my anniversary. I thought it would be cool to include a few clips from that. We were coming back on Tuesday morning, November 26th, so there was no point in joining office on Wednesday. So Tuesday ended up being a day to relax. Then your girl got her periods and she was in bed for 2 days. Now she has got cold, but she's trying to push through. I did not mean it to be rest the whole time, but it became like that. That also tells me how much my body needed this rest. It did not even have time to fall sick all this time, and now it is taking full advantage of it. For the reset, I had many plans. I wanted to catch up on a few things, actually, many things. I wanted to prep my videos in advance so that I could work on more things during the coming weeks and think on new ideas for polymer and other clays. Ultimately, I do want to be able to go beyond the simple aesthetic earrings that I am currently making. However, given that I have been sick in one way or another throughout the week, I decided to chill a little bit. I did make a few strides in making more earrings, and I wish I could say their attempts were successful. These pairs were mainly supposed to be for my mother-in-law, who is doing an exhibition of her handmade sweaters soon. I decided to donate these to her for encouragement, but I ruined them. Neither me nor my husband liked them too much. I showed them to my sister and was generally talking to her, and she reminded me that this was supposed to be my reset week, that I was stressing for no reason. I should take time in making the inventory, and there will be many more chances to send them for my mother-in-law's exhibitions in the future. And it clicked in my mind, and suddenly all the pressure was off. I ruined them because I was rushing. I tried UV resin for the first time and did not practice enough because I was rushing myself. That was another valuable lesson this week. I will quit yapping now and move on to the reset. As I mentioned, I was sick for the majority of the week. For the last 3 days of my full week of vacation, which was full of sickness, I would get up in the morning, do some scrolling and some analytics check. Because my channel is new, I love to see the data. Prep my chai and toast. Yes, this toast is just toasted bread with clarified butter and salt on it. It's an Indian thing. I don't know about everyone, but it was kind of staple in my household. And it is one of my favorite things to take with milk tea. Oh, and after the breakfast, I would work, which included making earrings, editing videos, and for the last day would be the office work that I've been procrastinating on. Getting in those 4 or 5 hours are necessary for me to feel productive. My husband was a huge help in cooking or getting food from outside. In the evening, we got cozy in the bed or sofa, watched movies, and then I went on to do some planning about my last weeks in December. This included my office, my professional organization engagements, and the polymer clay journey. I have always been the person to make a to do list and then check things off on it by hand. So I use this app called Freeform on my iPad. It's free to use, has sticky notes on which I could write using my Apple Pencil and then strike them out. I love using sticky notes. I have tried other very recommended apps for creators to plan their projects and nothing else has really worked for me. Maybe in the future when I will need to do elaborate planning, I will use those. But for now, this suffices. I also use physical sticky notes and planners to quickly jot down things I need to do for the day. So that's what I did. Majority of my week did go into just scrolling and resting and playing games here and there, but I do think it was a time well spent. I will not beat myself up on having double quotes wasted my time because this was a break that I needed and I need to listen to my body. So, with this plan, and of course, assuming I will not be as sick as I was this week, I feel better. There are still many unfinished tasks that I will try to finish over weekdays, I guess. All in all, it was a productive week without being that productive. Now we will move on to the clay gradient part. This was my first experiment with gradients and I did make a lot of mistakes, but I was happy with the final result. I definitely need to improve on how much blending I do and how much clay of each color I take. The subsequent um, the subsequent videos are much better. You'll see those in my shorts first. So I did the teardrop technique, which I found to be much easier for a beginner, but there are other techniques that work good for blending too. I took too much of the middle color here and the translucent clay at the bottom just disappeared. Another mistake I did was too much processing of the clay through the pasta machine. There is a point one needs to stop, otherwise all the colors will blend into each other completely. I ultimately ended up getting 3 pairs out of this blend. It took too much time to think about what I was going to do with these. I did tattoos on the teardrop one, nail art half pulls on the oval one, and then wanted to do some design on the long ones, but that plan failed. So they are just sparkly ones now. So this was my experiment, which I would say was 80% successful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I use Sculpey Primo for them. The clay should be well conditioned before forming the teardrops. And those were my lessons for this experiment. Hope you see that the mistakes have led to something completely different but not useless earrings. I'm happy about the product that has come out of it, and I'll continue experimenting with the gradient technique. Again, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.